Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar, and with me is R.S. Raghu with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil a series of development projects at Deoghar in Jharkhand tomorrow. Also to address concluding ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly in Patna. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh says timely infusion of technologies like artificial intelligence and big data is the need of the hour. Launches 75 newly developed AI products in New Delhi. Country's first elevated Dwarka Expressway to be operational by 2023. Supreme Court directs Maharashtra Speaker to keep in abeyance disqualification proceedings against Shiv Sena MLAs. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists eliminated by security forces in Pulwama district in Kashmir. Parmeshwaran Iyer takes over as the new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra unveils new logo of Prasar Bharati. Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa an entire cabinet to resign to make way for a unity government. And in cricket, India to take on England in the first ODI at Kennington Oval tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate and lay foundation stone of various development projects worth more than 16,000 crore rupees at Deoghar in Jharkhand tomorrow. These projects will boost infrastructure development, enhancing connectivity and give an impetus to ease of living in the region. It will also help in significantly improving socio-economic prosperity in the region. The Prime Minister will inaugurate the Deoghar Airport to provide direct connectivity to Baba Baidyanath Dham, which is an important religious destination for devotees from all over the country. It has been constructed at an estimated cost of around 400 crore rupees. Mr. Modi will perform darshan and puja at Baba Baidyanath Temple, which is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. In a series of tweets today, the Prime Minister said that laying a foundation stone of several infrastructure projects in Deoghar will enhance commerce and connectivity. Mr. Modi said the local economy will also get a boost due to these works. He said in line with the government's commitment to provide top-quality healthcare services, inpatient department and operation theatre services at AIIMS Deoghar will be inaugurated. He said development projects at the Baidyanath Dham would be inaugurated, which would boost spiritual tourism. In the evening, the Prime Minister will address the concluding ceremony of the centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly in Patna. He will inaugurate Shatabdi Smriti Stambh, which has been built to commemorate 100 years of Bihar Vidhan Sabha. Our correspondent reports that the Prime Minister will also lay the foundation stone of Vidhan Sabha Museum.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the newly built international airport at Deoghar in Jharkhand on July 12. The airport, built with a cost of over 400 crore rupees, will provide direct connectivity for devotees and tourists visiting Baba Baidyanath Dham temple situated in Deoghar. Prime Minister will also offer prayers at Baba Baidyanath Dham temple and will be the first ever Prime Minister to visit this temple. Prime Minister will also inaugurate the development of Baba Baidyanath Dham temple area sanctioned under Prasad scheme of Ministry of Tourism to boost religious tourism. This project includes redevelopment of Jalsar Lake and Shiv Ganga Pond. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will later address a public rally at Deoghar College Ground. Shilpi, AIR News, Deoghar.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the national emblem cast on the roof of the new Parliament building this morning. He also interacted with the Shramjeevis involved in the construction work of the new Parliament. The national emblem is made of bronze with a total weight of 9,500 kilograms and is 6.5 meters in height. It has been cast at the top of the central foyer of the new Parliament building. A supporting structure of steel weighing around 6,500 kilograms has also been constructed to support the emblem.
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has said that artificial intelligence technology should only be used for the development and peace of humanity. He said timely infusion of technologies like artificial intelligence and big data in the defense sector is the need of the hour to stay level with technological curve. Mr. Singh today launched 75 newly developed artificial intelligence products during the first ever symposium and exhibition on artificial intelligence in defense in New Delhi. The products are in the domains of automation, robotic system, cyber security, human behavior analysis, intelligent monitoring system, logistics and supply chain management, computer and intelligence and operational data analytics. The products were launched as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. The minister described artificial intelligence as a revolutionary step in the development of humanity. Mr. Singh pointed out that artificial intelligence has built inroads in almost every sector, including defense, health and medicine, agriculture, trade and commerce, and transport.
आज शायद ही कोई ऐसा क्षेत्र हो जहां पर कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की भूमिका न हो। मेडिकल सेक्टर में देखें तो आज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का इस्तेमाल कॉम्प्लेक्स मेडिकल और हेल्थ केयर डाटा के एनालिसिस और प्रेजेंटेशन में बखूबी किया जा रहा है। नई नई मेडिसिन और डिस्कवर करने के लिए रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का उपयोग हो रहा है। एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में भी यदि तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम ओवरऑल हार्वेस्ट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करने में सहायक हो रहे हैं। इसी तरह ट्रेड, कॉमर्स, ट्रांसपोर्ट और अन्य अनेक क्षेत्रों में आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस अपनी बहुत ही अहम भूमिका निभा रहा है।
Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari today said Dwarka Expressway is being developed as the first elevated urban expressway in India. He added once operational in 2023, it shall immensely help reducing the air pollution in Delhi NCR as well. In a series of tweets, Mr. Gadkari said the Dwarka Expressway will reduce pressure on the Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway and arterial roads that experience severe traffic congestion primarily from the commuters of West Delhi. The Delhi-Gurgaon Expressway is part of the Delhi-Jaipur-Ahmedabad-Mumbai arm of the Golden Quadrilateral. The minister said 50 to 60% traffic on NH8 will be diverted onto the new expressway. Mr. Gadkari said the government under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is actively prioritizing the development of world-class infrastructure across all the corners of the country. The expressway connecting Dwarka in Delhi to Gurugram in Haryana is being developed at a total cost of 9,000 crore rupees with total length of 29 kilometers, out of which 19 kilometers length falls in Haryana while the remaining 10 kilometers is in Delhi.
BJP-led National Democratic Alliance's nominee for presidential election, Draupadi Murmu, reached Bagdogra in West Bengal today. She was accompanied by Union Minister Sarbanand Sonowal and Gajendra Singh Shekhawat and BJP spokesman Sambit Patra. On her arrival, the presidential candidate was welcomed by Sikkim Chief Minister P.S. Tamang, State Cabinet Ministers, Lok Sabha Member Indra Hang Subba, Rajya Sabha Member Hishi Lachungpa and the MLAs. Later in the evening, Ms. Murmu will meet Mr. Tamang and his cabinet colleagues in Siliguri, West Bengal. In Maharashtra, clamour is growing on embattled Shiv Sena President Uddhav Thackeray from his party's Lok Sabha MPs to support the candidature of NDA's presidential nominee, Draupadi Murmu. In a meeting called today by Mr. Thackeray at his residence, the majority of MPs expressed views saying that the party should support Ms. Murmu for the president's post. Shiv Sena is an ally in the Maha Vikas Aghadi, an alliance of the three parties which includes the NCP and the Congress. Talking to reporters after the meeting, Mumbai Northwest MP Gajanan Kirtikar said that although the majority of MPs endorsed Ms. Murmu for the president's post, the decision in this regard will be announced by the Sena chief in a day or two. However, indications of a rift within the party became visible as 4 out of the 19 MPs did not turn up for this meeting. There are 18 MPs of Shiv Sena from Maharashtra, while one is from the Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Playing down the issue of the absence of MPs, Mr. Kirtikar said one of them, Mr. Sanjay Jadhav, MP from Parbhani, is unwell and that is why he could not attend the meeting. He also said that efforts are on by the party to get in touch with Ms. Bhavna Gawli, MP from Yavatmal Washim Lok Sabha constituency. The party had replaced Ms. Gawli as party's whip in Lok Sabha last week with Thane MP Rajan Vichare.
The BJP today said that the government under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is continuously working for the development of the country. Heading out at the Congress, BJP spokesman Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, while talking to reporters in New Delhi, said that there are some people in the country who feel inconvenient until they get a chance to disturb the development work. He alleged that Congress is a party which is adopting a disrupting attitude in the path of development. Dr. Trivedi alleged that Congress, which is involved in corruption, dynastic politics and politics of appeasement, tries to make baseless allegations.
भारत की राजनीति में भ्रष्टाचार, परिवारवाद और घातक तुष्टीकरण से भरे हुए अल्पसंख्यकवाद के युग प्रवर्तक और सभी तथाकथित सेकुलर दलों के पथ प्रदर्शक कांग्रेस पार्टी यदा कदा प्रपंच से भरे हुए प्रवचन की मुद्रा में रहती है और किसी न किसी भी प्रकार से अनर्गल, निराधार आरोप लगाने की चेष्टा करती है.
Over 198 crore 88 lakh vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Health Ministry said over 11 lakh 44,000 doses were administered yesterday. The recovery rate is currently at 98.50%. Over 14,000 people recovered in the last 24 hours. During the same period, over 16,000 new cases were recorded, while 26 deaths were reported.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil a series of development projects at Deoghar in Jharkhand tomorrow. Also to address concluding ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly in Patna. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh says timely infusion of technologies like artificial intelligence and big data is the need of the hour. Launches 75 newly developed AI products in New Delhi. Country's first elevated Dwarka Expressway to be operational by 2023. Supreme Court directs Maharashtra Assembly Speaker to keep in abeyance disqualification proceedings against Shiv Sena MLAs. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists eliminated by security forces in Pulwama district in Kashmir. Parmeshwaran Iyer takes over as the new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra unveils new logo of Prasar Bharati. Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and entire cabinet to resign to make way for a unity government. And in cricket, India to take on England in the first ODI at Kennington Oval tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का सुलभ और सस्ता माध्यम है आकाशवाणी.
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न केंद्रों से कीजिए अपने उत्पादों और सेवाओं का प्रचार विज्ञापनों के माध्यम से.
लोकल और राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर कीजिए अपने बिजनेस का विस्तार, क्योंकि आकाशवाणी में विज्ञापन बुकिंग हुई बहुत ही आसान.
अब घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे आप कर सकते हैं विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग.
डायल कीजिए 870-001-4242.
नंबर एक बार फिर नोट करें, 870-001-4242.
कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स की तैयारी करने वाले परीक्षार्थियों के लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो लेकर आया है प्रोग्राम अभ्यास, जिसमें आप अपने सवाल पूछते हैं व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करते हैं abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर, जिसके जवाब आपको मिलते हैं हर शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे. और इस बार का विषय सोशियोलॉजी और आपके सवालों का इंतजार हम करेंगे बुधवार 13 जुलाई तक. आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास.
Welcome back to the evening news on All India Radio. The Supreme Court today directed the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly Speaker to keep in abeyance the disqualification proceedings initiated against the members of Shiv Sena amid the ongoing political developments in the state. The Apex Court directed the Speaker not to decide on the disqualification notices till the court rules on them. Both the rival camps of Shiv Sena, led by former Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and current Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, have initiated disqualification proceedings against the MLAs belonging to the rival camps. Appearing for the Uddhav camp, senior advocate Kapil Sibal sought for an urgent listing of the petitions filed in relation to the Maharashtra political crisis. However, the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, observed that the matter will require the constitution of a bench and will take some time to be listed. Mines Minister Prahlad Joshi has said that incentives will be given to the state governments for successful auctioning of mines and those who have identified potential mineral blocks. Mr. Joshi said this while inaugurating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Iconic Week celebrations of the Ministry of Mines in New Delhi today.
Mr. Parmeshwaran Iyer today took charge as the new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. A 1981 batch IAS officer of Uttar Pradesh cadre, Mr. Iyer has worked with both the public and private sectors. He was Secretary in the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation in New Delhi during 2016 to 2020. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Iyer said he is honoured and humbled to have been given the incredible opportunity to serve the country again as CEO Niti Aayog. He said he is deeply grateful to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for another chance to work under his leadership towards a transformed India. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra today unveiled new logo of country's public service broadcaster Prasar Bharati. In the new logo, Map of India signifies the service of trust, security and perfection to the nation. Its dark moderate blue color represents both sky and sea, which is associated with open space, freedom, intuition, imagination, inspiration and sensitivity. Blue also represents meanings of depth, trust, loyalty, sincerity, wisdom, confidence, stability, faith and intelligence. The blue color also pays tribute to the Indian ethos and traditions associated with religious figures, mythological characters found in the Indian miniature paintings.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists have been gunned down by security forces in an encounter that broke out this afternoon at Wandakpora area of Avantipora in South Kashmir's Pulwama district. One of the slain terrorists has been identified as Kaisar Koka, while as the identification of the second terrorist is being ascertained. Incriminating materials, arms and ammunition including 1 USA-made rifle, M4 carbine, 1 pistol and other materials have been recovered from the encounter site. Further details are awaited. Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine Board has made arrangements for Heli ticket booking from Srinagar to Panchtharni for the pilgrims. Earlier, the Heli booking was available from Srinagar to Nilgrat, Pahalgam, and from there, the Yatri would need separate ticket for Panchtharni. Now, through the link www.helisservices.jksasb.nic.in, direct tickets can be booked from Srinagar to Panchtharni and return. The one-way fare from Srinagar to Panchtharni is 14,500 rupees. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle.
In today's episode, we remember nationalist Chettur Sankaran Nair, who was born on the 11th of July 1857 in Mankara, Palakkad district on the Malabar coast.
A lawyer by profession, Nair presided over the first provincial conference in Madras in 1897. In the same year, during the annual session of the Indian National Congress at Amravati, Nair gave the presidential address.
Nair referred to the high-handedness of the foreign administration, called for reforms and asked for self-government for India. In 1900, Nair was elected a member of the Madras Legislative Council. In 1908, he became a permanent judge in the High Court of Madras and held the post till 1915. He was knighted in 1912 and became a member of the Viceroy's Council in 1915 with charge of the education portfolio.
In 1919, as member, he wrote 2 famous Minutes of Dissent in the dispatches on Indian constitutional reforms, pointing out the various defects of British rule in India and suggesting reforms. For an Indian to offer such criticism and make such demands was incredible in those days. The British government accepted most of his recommendations.
In 1928, he was the president of the Indian Central Committee to cooperate with the Simon Commission. The committee prepared a well-argued report asking for Dominion status for India. When the vice-regal announcement granting Dominion status as the ultimate goal for India came, Nair retired from active politics. Nair was a patriot who worked for the welfare of his people till his death on the 24th of April, 1934. AIR News salutes the great Indian.
We also remember freedom fighter Baba Kashi Ram, who was born on the 11th of July 1882 in district Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. He preached the message of Mahatma Gandhi to the nation and composed songs and poems in Pahari language to inspire the youths to join the freedom struggle.
Kashi Ram was fond of music and poetry, and he started to write songs and poems in Pahari language from an early age. He went to Lahore for employment, where young Kashi came in contact with freedom fighters. Kashi developed good relations with well-known freedom fighters including Sardar Ajit Singh, uncle of Bhagat Singh, Lala Hardayal and Lala Lajpat Rai. He witnessed the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919 and jumped into the freedom struggle wholeheartedly.
Kashi Ram was arrested in his village Daba Siba in 1920 and was lodged in Dharamshala jail with Lala Lajpat Rai. After his release in 1922, he moved again to Lahore and participated in the session of the Indian National Congress at Lahore in 1929, which declared independence to be the goal of the Indian struggle.
The British again put Kashi Ram behind the bars for his famous poem, Angrez Sarkar da Tigga Par Dhyare. The British government is on her last legs. Between 1930 and 1942, Kashi Ram was arrested 9 times by the British. Sarojini Naidu called him the Bulbul-e Pahad, the nightingale of the hills.
During the last days of his life, he undertook a vow to wear black clothes till India attained freedom. The black clothes remained with him till the last day of his life on the 15th of October 1943. AIR News salutes the brave freedom fighter.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the cabinet will make way for a unity government, the Prime Minister's office said on Monday, after tens of thousands stormed the official residences of both men enraged by the island's worst economic crisis in decades. Sri Lankan President today conveyed to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe that he will resign on Wednesday. A statement from the Prime Minister's office said that President Rajapaksa has officially informed that he will be resigning as previously announced. On Saturday, President Rajapaksa informed Speaker Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardena from an undisclosed location that he will step down on Wednesday. Earlier, Prime Minister Wickremesinghe also announced that he was willing to resign and make way for an all-party government to take over. Prime Minister's office said that protesters breached Wickremesinghe's private residence and set it on fire. The cash-starved Sri Lanka witnessed a tumultuous day on Saturday when protesters broke into Mr. Rajapaksa's official residence in Colombo. Economic expert Puneet Mudgal analyzes the cause of unprecedented economic crisis which engulfed the island nation.
Economic crisis in the country Sri Lanka is not a sudden instance. It is continuing since last many years because of the economic management done by the government of the country, where the expenditure is always been more than the income. Thereafter, the Rajapaksa government in 2019 also gave a deep tax cut. Further, it worsened because of the pandemic, COVID-19, because of the major tourism industry being there in the country, which got affected. Thereafter, the foreign exchange also was excessively used and depleted eventually, which led to the loans, repayment pending, outstanding, currency also collapsed, 80%, inflation skyrocketed. The reserves are now depleted to the 70% level, which also further led to food crisis and fuel crisis. All these are the things that has been happening in the last 3-4 years. It is continuing and downgrading the credit ratings of the economy further, due to which the loans are also not being taken by the country from the other parts of the world.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has said that the Union government's endeavour is to ensure that benefits of various welfare measures percolate into the grassroots level. Interacting with beneficiaries of various centrally sponsored schemes in Thiruvananthapuram today, the minister pointed out that the Garib Kalyan Yojana, rolled out during the COVID-19 spell, benefited commoners the most. Dr. Jaishankar said that India set an example in surpassing the pandemic crisis successfully. The External Affairs Minister, who arrived in the state capital yesterday on a 3-day visit to Kerala, reviewed the progress of the elevated highway project at Karrakuttam in Thiruvananthapuram. The Sensex and the Nifty today ended almost flat. Both stock indices slipped marginally amid negative global markets. The Sensex closed below 54,400 points, while the Nifty finished near 16,200 level, a report from the business desk.
The Sensex declined 87 points to finish at 54,395. The Nifty also slipped 5 points to end at 16,216. At the forex market, the rupee weakened 18 paise against the dollar to close at 79 rupees and 44 paise against the American unit. Gold prices were trading around 50,680 rupees per 10 grams. Silver prices were trading at 57,120 rupees per kilogram. And oil prices fell in a volatile trade. In intra-day trade, Brent crude was trading at $104.80 per barrel. Nina Arakul for AIR News.
In cricket, India will take on England in the opening one-day international match of the 3-match series at Kennington Oval, London tomorrow. The match will begin at 5:30 p.m. Indian time. In Telangana, incessant rain continues to lash several parts of the state, especially the northeastern districts of the state. Normal life has been thrown out of gear in many places. As heavy rain continues to batter western Maharashtra, especially Konkan region, the Indian Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for at least 6 districts, while an orange alert has been issued for 8 others.
Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Leh and Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. In south, Hyderabad, Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil a series of development projects at Devghar in Jharkhand tomorrow. Also to address concluding ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly in Patna. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh says timely infusion of technologies like artificial intelligence and big data is the need of the hour. Launches 75 newly developed AI products in New Delhi. Country's first elevated Dwarka Expressway to be operational by 2023. Supreme Court directs Maharashtra Speaker to keep in abeyance disqualification proceedings against Shiv Sena MLAs. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists eliminated by security forces in Pulwama district in Kashmir. Parmeshwaran Iyer takes over as the new Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Apurva Chandra unveils new logo of Prasar Bharati. Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa an entire cabinet to resign to make way for a unity government, and in cricket, India to take on England in the first ODI at Kennington Oval tomorrow. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.